Hello and welcome to my channel, GreenLion Goddess Tarot. We've got the Knight of Cups has come out as a message coming in. I just hadn't even started the reading, so I'm not quite ready for it. But March the 29th, I felt like that was the right card to come out. So this is your daily reading for March the 29th. I hope that you're all well and I hope you all had a good weekend. I'm a little bit tired after my skate party, I have to admit. A bit tired and grumpy today, to be honest, but I'm kind of de-grumping the more I kind of do my work, which is nice. So, Knight of Cups, follow your heart is the message coming in. First message of the day coming through for March the 29th is, and the Knights are all about taking action, but, you know, it's pure of spirit is what I'm getting. Taking action, following your heart, listening to your heart. So this could be a small thing today is kind of, you know, doing something really nice and kind for somebody, or it could be just a bigger thing, you know, listening to where your heart is calling you. So we've got the Five of Pentacles because there are people that are feeling really left out in the cold, that are struggling out there. These two cards together is like the card of charity, really helping people who are who need it at this moment in time. So this may be you. You might feel like you're the one that needs to be at the receiving end of this, or the other way around. But I do feel like there's a sense of giving to those that need it today. And we've got the Justice energy. So interesting. Let's pull all the cards out. The Temperance, all this balance coming in. The Seven of Swords, balance is being restored. And at the base, the Ten of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, the Ten of Swords represents an ending of sorts, something inside of your mind. Now, this is kind of interesting because it's saying that something's being rebalanced here with the Justice energy. This could be a new contract coming in for some of you. And it could be something that helps you kind of feel like you're lifted up out of that energy of feeling like you've been, rejected, or things just aren't working out for whatever reason. It's a question of trust. It really is at the moment with some of the energies that are around. And this is kind of what I get. There's something with this Five of Pentacles that just feels like, you know, you've haven't been valued, or feel like there's life is going on and there's something that's kind of missing. You're not. So it's kind of an interesting energy. It can be if you're worried about money as well. And I know a lot of people are at the moment with what's happening with the global economy. The Five of Pentacles can be going, okay, things just aren't resonating for me. So listen to my heart. Where is it drawing me? So it's kind of interesting. I actually, you know, I have a lot of this feeling of love and compassion for these people in this Five of Pentacles energy that they're actually just really feeling like they've been dealt a bit of a hard blow in life. You know, things just aren't working out. And like I said, it's the energy of charity as well, but it's also aspects of ourselves. We've all got a part of ourselves that feels like, you know, it feels like that. Doesn't have to, I'm not getting it's like a whole. I mean, for some of you, it feels like a bigger picture kind of thing, but it can just be, there's something that just feels like it, like I know I'm really talking a lot about this Five of Pentacles, but it just really, I feel quite sad for this energy. It almost has a sad energy to it. Like, that something just didn't work out or isn't working out. So, but interestingly, it's next to the Justice card and the Temperance card. So these energies are both cards of balance being restored, as we mentioned. Justice is a little bit more official. You know, Justice right in the center is kind of, you know, where we're looking at a bigger picture as well in terms of the law, like how the law and man-made legal systems or even man-made social structures, how fair is it? There's the Justice energy is all about something that just wasn't fair, or felt like I said, you've been dealt a bit of a bad blow. And in a weird way, this might be something where there may be something really legal that comes out today that's looking at this, looking at welfare, or looking at things like that. Or it's something that there might be some kind of interesting, like in the news, some kind of legal judgment that gets passed down, really. But I do feel like this might be also related to government policy of some sort. But I mean, on a bigger picture, yeah, it does feel like we've got to look after these energies that are struggling for whatever reason. And this is kind of the energy that's coming through, these people that are struggling, and you can apply that to any numerous amount of people. But it's also with the justice energy, if we're kind of looking personally. And this is where you kind of not emotionally attached to it. It's kind of interesting, but it's quite an impartial energy, like I mentioned, where you can kind of step back from it and go, you know, what have I kind of agreed to that hasn't been fair in my life for me personally? And so then it's kind of reworking a different agreement around that, going, okay, well, I want to bring something back into fairness. So what does that look like in my life, and what am I going to agree to and what am I not going to agree to in the near future or even today? So it's kind of interesting because the Five of Pentacles can sometimes be like a poverty of consciousness, like just seeing lack everywhere. And the justice energy can, you know, it's interesting with the Ten of Swords. This is releasing a belief system, something that you held to be true and you've let go of now. And I do feel like the impartiality of this justice energy with this Ten of Swords, it's kind of asking for something today. It's asking for you to see something from a slightly different perspective. And if you were not you and just a total like observer, someone else that was just observing you and the situation, had no agenda, doesn't know you, doesn't know the other person or the other situation, what do you think they would see? What do you think? How do you think that this should be judged, or how do you think this should be? How could it be rebalanced? So it's kind of an interesting thing, because I think from seeing it through that other eye, and I keep getting the word impartial, the other person's eyes, this kind of helps you release whatever you've been stuck on in terms of a thought cycle around something as well. So it's kind of interesting. And with the Temperance energy, this is where things start to align. This is where things start to flow. And this is a healthy agreement that's coming in with the Temperance energy. So it's saying, I agree to be doing something that I'm not feeling devalued or I'm not feeling is not fair. So it's kind of, I'm listening to my heart, because the Temperance energy is a Sagittarius energy as well. So things start to flow. So you're listening to these two different voices as well, I guess. This can be things starting to flow within a relationship as well, or within a situation. But it's also, things are starting to change shape. So there's an alchemical shift that's happening as well. And it's around patience. It's not something that's going to instantly click your fingers and, suddenly I'm going to be doing this differently. When we're changing these kind of thoughts or patterns, this is what the Seven of Swords is saying, is that you're kind of half in, half out with it. So something's shifting, it's becoming more aligned to who you are. But the Seven of Swords is saying it's not as easy to shift and change as you think, because, the Ten of Swords, something is over. An idea has finished, but we've still got that old history of memory, like a remembered, what's the word? Someone's probably got a better technical explanation of this, when you've kind of got a memory, a body memory, or there's a cellular memory. But it's kind of like when people have an amputation, but they still feel their arm. It's like a phantom limb kind of energy, where there's a part of you that still will automatically go into autopilot and re-pattern. And it's just a matter of, it's understanding that you're trying to get out of this energy and to do something that's better for you, but it's going to take time. And there's, it can take 21 days to kind of shift and change something, or even longer. So it's interesting. It's really interesting, because I think that you're seeing a situation and yourself through a very different lens with this energy, and it actually helps you to kind of move forward with something that you might have got a little bit stuck on or not feeling great about. So this is why I like the Knight of Cups is there in terms of follow your heart, which is really, really nice. And the Temperance energy can be that you're starting to potentially shift and change some longer term goals as well. So it's interesting. It's got both the internal and the external energy today of, you might see this reflected out in terms of news coming in, or like I said, stories about government policies or budgets, or maybe even legal decisions that are being handed down. So it's just kind of, I think it's the external, what's happening in the external world is being mirrored back to you, because it keeps having this sense of there needs something to mirror and bounce off in order to see this from a different perspective. So to see what's going on here, or to see it clearly. So that's kind of the energy of the day. It's kind of an interesting energy. And ultimately, it is around this agreement that's happening here with the Justice. What are you agreeing to, and what are you letting go of and saying no to with the Ten of Pentacles? The Ten of Swords. And, the Ten of Swords, there's a new dawn. The darkness is lifting, and there's this kind of sense of an ascending energy. Some of that stuck energy is starting to be freed into a higher vibration, which is really, really nice energy to come through. And there's new paths opening up for you, therefore, that are going to be more aligned to you, that you can listen to your heart and go down. So it's kind of a process is what they're showing me. But yeah, it's interesting, very interesting energy for the day. So that's it. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.